Well, hello there. Lovely day, isn't it? Kind of a nice spot too, right? One of my favorite spots. So I'm out here today getting my SHIT back together again. And what do I mean by that? Well, I talk a lot about ground zero types of approaches to heal chronic disease, to keep the body in balance, to keep us healthy. And being outside is one of those, right? And, you know, we did a post recently about light and the dangers, right? The dangers of inside lighting and what that's doing to our health. So check out that video. It's a post of a YouTube video that I on my Facebook page. And then I did a little video talking about, you know, sleep hygiene, you know, and having restful sleep, because restful sleep is a huge important part of just maintaining health, right? So if we have the basic check boxes of our physiology, you know, in the green, then we're going to heal from our condition. And so sleep is one of them, digestion, right? Energy, mood, you know, your pain levels, your cognitive function, all these types of things we're going to check in on. And if those things seem like they're doing well, then you're on the path to healing. And we're going to get you there more by adjusting your environment and your lifestyle than we are by throwing things at you, right? And so, as I said in the sleep video, you know, if people are having trouble sleeping, and if I just throw them some herbs or magnesium or something, it's probably not going to land. And that's true for anything. I don't want to just throw a couple things at somebody. That's what Western medicine does, and that's why pharmaceuticals have to be so powerful. And then they come with negative side effects, because if you're not changing what's causing the imbalances in your body, and you're just trying to push at like the disease as identified, right, then you're not really fixing anything, and you're just pushing the body through more strife, and it's just going to change its nature possibly, right? You're going to get some improvement of like the thing, but other things are eventually going to start going awry. So that's actually kind of the same thing with herbs and supplements and all like these types of stuff. If you're throwing a bunch of herbs at people and supplements at people, I don't like to do that, because that's not sustainable, and that's not really helping them. That's just more crutches, right? And so I will recommend herbs, I will recommend supplements, but you know, before I do that, I want to check in on how you're living your life, right? And that is the key to getting healthier. And if that's not something you want to deal with or do or you know, work on, then you're going to have to come in for more acupuncture, and then I have to give you more herbs, and I'm going to have to give you more supplements, and you're going to have to do all that stuff, because we're just pushing against, right, a flow, and instead of redirecting the flow in the right way. So if I can help you understand these things, like why getting outside is so important, all the benefits of light. Like, it's a cloudy day today, okay, but I'm getting nutrition, I'm getting sustenance from the sun, because even though the sun's not out because it's behind the clouds, it's still out there, and my body can still read it, and it can, that far infrared can still get through my clothes and still get into my retinas and set my pituitary gland and get my body on track to where it is in space and time. And that helps it regulate itself. And when my body's not struggling to regulate itself, you know, it's not in panic mode. And when it's not in panic mode, it's in healing mode. So these things build on each other. So healthy lifestyle, digging into these things, making some key changes in the way you behave and live is the way to heal. There's many ways to do that, but if you're not doing that, then we're just simulating Western medicine and throwing things at you. And it's why I've become a minimalist, right? It's because throwing extra stuff at people isn't the solution. You know, it's part of a plan, but it's not the core of the plan. The core of the plan is taking the burden off the body, right? And restoring its ability to function, right? And restoring its ability to thrive, okay? And that's going to be a lifestyle, right? Not a thing, right? Not something in a bottle. That's going to be understanding the value of nature. That's going to be understanding the value of good rest. And that's going to be understanding the value of quality food with good ingredients. And that's going to be understand the nature of knowing your limits and your balance and all these types of things. And that education is what got me to where I am, right? I had a gnarly, really awful struggle with health, like bad, right? Okay. And I don't have to get a lot of acupuncture. I don't have to take a lot of herbs. I live a lifestyle that keeps me thriving, right? And I feel good. And I want you to feel good too. And so that's what we're working towards, right? And there is a way to do it. And it doesn't come in a bottle, right? It comes in a lifestyle. Love you guys. All right, bye.